It's more Pseudoregalia, which is, if I'm entirely honest, not the best idea. Because where I left off here, I'm completely lost. I have no idea where to go next. And no real indication what I ought to do. So, first thing I'm going to do is bumble aimlessly until I stumble upon something new that I somehow missed in my previous exploration of this area. I was not looking up. Not gonna get very far by not looking up in a action adventure like this. You're kidding me. There we go. Reaching new heights. Excellent. That giant hand sort of makes a middle finger when it dies. And I can hardly blame it. Heal up as far as we can, because I'm probably going to need it. Oh, another one. New area. What more could you ask for? I could probably ask for accurately hitting the switches. Not much of a new area. Just a spot with a key. Now, we saw last time, you open a locked door and die. Door does not necessarily stay unlocked. I assume what happened was last time I saved my game, got a new key, used the key to enter a new area, then tragically passed away in that new area. When I reloaded my save, I had neither the key nor access to the new area. You have a bit of a PlayStation 1 style save system, where absolutely none of your progress is saved if you don't physically go touch a crystal. Frankly, the way that saves should be, but modern convenience has saved me many hundreds of hours in pointlessly repeating tasks in various video games. We got a key. Save it and refill our health. This area I can't do anything without a possible upgrade of some sort. I think I tried that area once, but I guess I'm trying it again. Gotta be something in there. I mean, that's something. Never seen anything quite like that weird check mark. Anything on the ground floor, or is it just punishment for failing to platform properly? The ladder. Very sparse sound design in this game. No wonder I didn't even realize it was muted for so long. Something to be said for the minimalism of it all, though. Can be atmospheric, and also it's heavily Dark Souls inspired, the entire game. Dark Souls definitely has an original soundtrack, but it is noted for being very quiet a lot of the time. Weird that they would show you the aura through the walls and the floors and stuff. It's helping me locate the orb, though. Get a new upgrade. Long overdue. Sunsetter. Downward strike that we can chain into a high jump. Interesting. Break fragile floors. I think more than anything, it's just going to be the high jump ability. Because, yeah, that's good stuff. Just checking the animation of it, because it seems pretty cool. Plunges the cross downwards. Up, monster. Is it destructible? It is not, like, flashing or indicating it is receiving any sort of harm. There's no indication that I'm doing much of anything. Do that dark knot. Oh. Just go save. That upgrade. Excellent. Actual progress. Imagine many, many scenarios in which a high jump will be quite handy in a platformer. However, I haven't seen any specific scenarios just yet. Maybe that room with the weird circular grate that can be raised and lowered via a switch. Or this thing. I don't know what that black orb does. Touching it doesn't seem to help me. Probably gonna need some further upgrade to interact with that. This game is noted for being quite short. Which is why the price tag is so very, very low. Even though the mechanics are extremely well crafted. And I, for one, am very happy to play shorter games. I want shorter games with worse graphics. Made by people who are paid better. And I am not joking. To quote the meme. Steam does not seem to be accessible. But yeah, I love a good in and out, quick experience. Leave you one more. And if indeed there's enough demand for more, there might be like DLC or whatever. Hassle again, and another big check mark. Well out of my reach. I feel like Metroidvanias and collectathons and the sort, they will often be quite lengthy. I've sank many, many hours into the likes of Banjo-Kazooie. And as I've said, I'm bad at Metroidvanias specifically, so wasted a lot of time in those as well. We pretty much solved this room. This is the room I was thinking we could high jump around. Yeah, I can high jump here. That's something at least. No, I can't. Touché, video game. Nothing I'm really missing. Maybe I should keep screwing around at the castle. It seems like I can get there and back freely at this point. Absolutely love the video gamey sound effect. Like our high jump and so many of our other moves. And the absence of fall damage. Because I deserve some fall damage there. Guess maybe I gotta... I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Guess I'm taking the long way back to the castle. Or at least trying my best to figure out how to get back to the castle. Thought I had that route back all worked out. I left a mark. Still haven't killed any of those clockwork guys. How will I ever fill out my bestiary? And there's where we came in. Here's a door to a different place. Good old empty Bailey. Oh, you should have access to new areas with the high jump. Place being rather sparse. Gives you a lot of upward areas to go. Kind of a bare minimum amount of assets built into this game. Not very many enemies. Very few textures. Been very, very simple. And it works. Just goes to show. Keep things simple. Still have an audience. Raid the rooftops. There are all the vicious eggs up there. And not a whole ton else. We can sort of go down this chimney. Just weird. Probably need vine climbing to go up there. Although not really. I mean, I could just sort of do that. There's got to be a ton of skips in this game. One of the big selling points, as with any Metroidvania, is the different movement mechanics you unlock. Supposedly a lot of them are pretty creative. Solar wind. Jump while sliding for a long jump. Oh yeah. That jump is rather long. It'll allow us to cross this gap Beautiful. And it's intensely fluid. A lot of this is sort of automatic. Like, you just gotta hit the button during the extremely large window of your slide. Got yourself a very long jump on your hands. That sort of seems like a dead end. Like, eventually we can climb up there, get on that shelf, go all the way around, but then you're just sort of stuck at that point. Must be deceiving. Having unique movement options is always the thing that draws me into a Metroidvania. It's why I loved Axiom Verge. You get all sorts of teleports and things you can do with your Lee mech that you're friends with. You can go through very large parts of that game, never touching the ground. This is significantly more navigable. Pretty sure I had that key before. Yeah, the backflip. Just barely gets you enough distance. The high jump gets the job done slightly slower, in fact. So yeah, I've done all this exploration before, and I don't have a specific spot to use this small key in. I might be able to make it across here, though. Fortune favors the bold. Hell yeah. Should be able to make that jump as well. Something way up there. We got another tombstone. This one I actually am allowed to read and hang off of. Power holding the essence of the princess, never to be seen again. With the 3 powers of the sun, one can find their own path. The princess is gone? Could be. We had the distinct impression that the princess was still oppressing the cute goats. Guess I'm not supposed to be here yet. But it was fun to get here. May have learned more about the plot, whatever it may be. They're keeping it real abstract so far. Yeah, my jump is nowhere near high enough to get to any of those platforms. I guess this is just one for later. Also, the frequency with which you unlock movement upgrades is a big part of what keeps me invested in a Metroidvania. It's actually how Blasphemous lost me. I played Blasphemous for hours and hours. Not only was it very difficult, but I never once got any sort of upgrade whatsoever. Not better weapons. Just like beads that would improve 1 or 2 numbers by an arbitrary small amount. I can finally break this floor. That leads to a new area. Having a lot of unique movement upgrades that you get frequently feels really, really good, though. The overall shortness of this game seems to encourage that as a major part of the design philosophy. Not that any of the movement has been particularly unique yet. It just feels really good in 3D like this. These walls looking awfully fleshy. Probably not the intent. But if it were, I would be down for it. Okay, these platforms are definitely fleshy. Probably high jump this. Ah, I can't long jump that though. I guess I'll climb the living platforms. At least they're not attacking me while I climb them. Breakable floor, anything over here? There haven't been anything in the way of secrets or optional collectibles thus far. Everything we found, we've needed. Yeah, Blasphemous is extremely popular. I got it dirt cheap, and it is a gorgeous game. And super, like, morbid and disturbing. Everything about it should have been right up my alley, but it just did not feel good to play. The difficulty felt fake because you were just basically in your default state unless you wanted to sit around and grind for an incredibly long time. Because you could purchase upgrades at the shop, but they were very, very, very expensive. Look at this cute little guy. Always mad. Teach me a lesson. Turns out he wasn't cute. Got a surprising amount of HP, but now he's dead. Granted, his sword came to life. That's about the last thing I expected. Good on you, Pseudoregalia, for even in the millions of hours of video games I played, showing me something I wasn't quite ready for. Bet the big guy will do the same. No, he won't. I guess they only wanted me to be afraid of the big guy. And it turns out the small one is the threat. Good gag. I bought a big Metroidvania pack from Humble Bundle, and it had like all the hits: Hollow Knight and Bloodstained. And of the lot of them, Blasphemous was by far my least favorite. Surprisingly, my most favorite was a game called Haiku, where he plays a cute little robot. And it ends up that game is mostly about doing bomb jumps constantly to get anywhere. Unfortunately, I put the game down for a few days, and I forgot how to do the bomb jumps, and now I just can't play it. So it remains forever unfinished. I had a very good time with it. Bloodstained was also very good, but it didn't have much to say. And I had a fondness for all the characters in the game because of the side games. Curse of the Moon. Played both of those. Seeing them in an alternate universe where they behave very differently was weirdly unsatisfying to me. I ended up just cooking for most of that game. Which admittedly was kind of fun, but also required a lot of grinding. Appear to be at something of an impasse. Your jump arc goes forward a pretty solid distance and then drops almost directly downwards, so we can't even like hold our momentum to get over there. Where's Kazooie when you need her? What is the point of this bubble? Like, I know what the bubbles do. They act as a platform. So I can jump out of here. Oh! You get an air dash when you jump out of the bubble. That is unexpected, but nothing in the area is anywhere close to being within distance of that air dash. It doesn't seem to matter. I could jump here and then plunge myself into the depths because I pressed the wrong button. Seemed like a dead end. It's kind of funny sometimes how, like, the massively popular games influence everything forever. Because every vaguely platformer-esque game is going to have bubbles that give you boosts. That's just omnipresent now. It almost becomes part of the like video game language from then on. And then the big one, of course, using magic to heal. Stolen directly from Hollow Knight. So many games have stolen that mechanic. And it's a good mechanic. Heal away. Is looking new. New and improved. There. Now I can't get back. It's nice to see video games develop a sort of language that they can use as shorthand. This game never even like had a text pop-up to explain how the bubbles worked, which is why I'm only just now figuring out how the bubbles work. Game basically just said, you played Celeste, right? That's how the bubbles work. And even having played Celeste, that was not immediately obvious. Okay, here's the black bubbles. I have no idea what that does. And I still can't reach them. Yeah, that seems like a thing where I have to enter from a higher level. Well, what's the point of this? Did I enter there from a higher level as well? Video games have pretty much always, from the NES era onwards, just done things that they assumed were obvious because of their design influences. And then, of course, you make a viral YouTube video where you get your grandmother to play Super Mario 3. She can't figure out the first thing to do because she doesn't have that foreknowledge. Finally get a good look at Sybil's face. Been trying to zoom in on that for the entire time I've been playing this. Floor was destructible. I just wasn't getting a good hit. The game seems way more linear than most Metroidvanias. That area, I hope never to have to explore it again. Because it was a lot of narrow corridors that really did not inspire me to want to revisit them. Whereas open areas like the Empty Bailey, those might be fun to have a good look around. It just led me back here where I have been before. In a big circle. Did I get any new abilities or anything that I forgot about? Throw down a save. Figured that would be high enough. Get me up here. The room where everything is chess. The walls, the floors, even the tables. Here's our chess piece. Good point. Okay, this is the red room from Twin Peaks. Here's our little ghost friend. Backwards talking us to progress. For a second I read that as Castle Sauna. Would have been nice. Sybil's just about dressed for a sauna. Shirt's a little formal, if we're honest. Nice. We can get quite a lot of distance. Yeah, that switch ought to raise the grid. Or great. Probably overdoing it. Every time I get a new movement ability, I assume that I should use it. Constantly and in every opportunity. I am not correct. That is going to get me killed. The gear has escaped. Look at him go. That's another problem with me in Metroidvanias is I always want to pursue every path simultaneously. I open a door that leads to 5 new doors, and I take 2 steps into each door. Ultimately making no real progress whatsoever. It should be like this. Again, overcomplicating things. Leads here, eventually. Let's play some tennis. You know, I figured launching the shots back at the thing that originated the shots would harm that thing. Seems like that is not the case. Plenty more bubbles out here. I almost feel like there's got to be a visual tell for which of these statues will come to life. They have one arm when they come to life. Maybe they have one arm when they are inanimate as well. I just haven't noticed. Another big complicated room. Still feels like this way is going to have the biggest payout. Absolutely do not get the point of that swinging pendulum. It doesn't seem to be swinging in any area we care about. Yeah, it just goes back the exact same direction that it came from, meaning it always launches towards, like, the top of the thing, which is not vulnerable to damage. Did manage to grab the second pole, though. I've just got to position yourself at the closest point where I'm trying to go. Now you will regret being such a bad tennis partner. And the pendulum finally serves the slightest of purposes. However, it just leads back where it came from. This room over here seemed the most interesting for exploration. Prove me wrong. Extremely large room. That might have been grabbable if I'd gone over there at the height of my jump, but it seemed a little short. Guess we're just going this way. There were a few doors to use keys at, like 2 dungeons ago. I walked past them an incredibly long time ago. There was nothing else of interest in their general vicinity. And I might never see those doors again. Certainly not under natural circumstances. I would have to backtrack a tremendous distance to find them. Every room I'm discovering is looking pretty cool. Not a ton of indication which ones lead anywhere. The graphical simplicity also works against the exploration, because places end up looking very similar to one another. I've seen this room. Similar though it may be, I've definitely been here. I remember the hay. I have absolutely no idea why this is accessible. Floating hay. An anti-gravity barn we found ourselves. Home to a nice owl. Better be a nice owl. Sybil needs more friends. Even the little goats seem to not like her very much. To be fair, we haven't indicated that we're actually trying to help them in any way. And if that is our intent, we have failed at it miserably thus far. Not sure why the library has so much hay in it. I guess because it's a goat library. Goats don't exactly eat hay, specifically, but they do eat just about everything. They'll probably eat some hay. A green. We got 2 of these, so I grabbed one earlier. It will allow us additional magic power. So that I can heal more frequently. The fact that health and mana upgrades exist seems to suggest a larger game than what I've been told this game has to offer. Even the Steam page says, this thing's a few hours long. Get in for a nice cozy experience. Which is exactly what you don't want to say on a Steam page. Steam games are expected to be 100 hours long if you want to sell a copy. Pad the bejesus out of it, or flounder in obscurity. Musical theory. Ramblings of a madman. I mean, I'm a hobbyist music reviewer, and I don't touch the concept of musical theory. I am woefully ill-equipped, and it is sort of ramblings of a madman, if we're honest. I'm driven sane. Interesting. There's not a lot of writing in this game, so the fact that it's cramming some jokes in here, more than welcome. Fantastical world without strife. Isekai'd to anti-capitalist land, wherein happiness lies. A brave little toaster with the serial numbers filed off. He has fun and gives kids nightmares, because apparently that movie is scary to some. It does have a lot of action in it, wherein the cute characters are imperiled. That can be a bit much for young children. That's the musical theory that drives you mad. Non-Euclidean music theory. Can't go there. I like the implication that we're an incredibly fast reader and just read multiple entire books pretty much at random. Be able to slide through there. Very generous of them to allow me through. Ooh. Okay, this upgrade point is so fancy that it's behind glass. Breakable glass. For a second, I thought I did not have the proper upgrade to break the glass. Now I have Sungreaves. Press a button while in the air. So I guess it probably does like a wall kick. I love the way it physically has altered our character's appearance. Our gigantic legs are now even more so. We really are Samus-esque. Sybil here looks like a badass. But Samus is like 90% robot. 100% robot in her appearance. Sybil is all meat and muscle. A woman with a magic sword. Revenge seems pretty great. That's the moral of every story about revenge. Dig 2 graves because you're going to enjoy revenge so much you're going to want to do it at least one more time. Girl who falls in love with a monster. I've read plenty of books like that. And she leaves behind her family. A happy ending for everyone. This giant sunbeam feels like I should, like, kick that glass in. I have the means now. Oh, this is a gigantic improvement to our aerial controls. This is a slight forward momentum. So much power. All thanks to these fancy boots. Somehow this light beam is powerful enough to reflect off of stone. They don't make sun like that anymore. Bam. Apparently, if you kick off beforehand, you get a little extra power. Yeah, if you kick towards the wall and you hit the wall while you're kicking, you get maximum height out of it. Here's why the sunbeams reflect off the walls. So that we can do this. This is actually getting kind of difficult. So close. I noted how, like, automatic all of our moves were before. And this one still has the automatic element to it, where you have a fairly lengthy kick animation. Touching a wall during that animation gets you the wall kick. Ooh, a nice rest. We've earned it. That's sit animation. Classy. I wonder if there's a stand-up animation that I just accidentally skipped. Nope. Anything you do just stands you right back up. But yeah, the wall kick here is a much more advanced move than anything we've seen before. We should be more than advanced enough to use it. Cue death montage. Oh, that's where I want to go. Simplest answer. And be the correct one. Okay, we lowered some crates. Do they, like, help in any way? They don't seem to have a platform between them. Hard to see both the platform that I'm on and the platform that I need to go to at the same time right now. These are the things I lowered. But why? Oh, wall kicks. Wall kicks will work. Scarily enough. I'm still not thinking with wall kicks. And that is the inevitable result. Failing to think with wall kicks. This is sort of what I was afraid of. This is actually quite difficult. More or less nailed it. That definitely was not the intended way to do it. In the sense that my wall kicks were very, very sloppy. But the job is done. What more can you ask for? Oh my god. They were crazy. This must be where all the eggs came from. At the Rana farm. Ah, we are above the big owl statue. Nothing of particular interest on top of the bookcases. Well, let's just start jumping and see where it gets me. I don't see anything coming out of that. The wall kicks could sort of get me to some of these platforms, maybe. If I do one of these, and these, just barely doesn't work. So if I... Oh. Sometimes it sort of eats your momentum when you're wall kicking. Yeah, we are getting some serious mobility at this point. Is there anything of value up there? Nope, just more hay. We could probably get up there with the wall kicks, but there's literally nothing up there. Check mark. And touched one of those before. It is a piece of a larger puzzle. Plenty more where that came from. I could probably get the other one that I saw back in the castle. Now that I have so many movement abilities. Yeah, doing it the other way was correct. So close. Huh. Seemed like the first time I made it high enough. Well, I'm still convinced that there's nothing up there. It never will be. So what have I got to lose by just leaving? Surely nothing at all. Almost seems like a jump across there and then wall kicks up those platforms would get me somewhere. I'll give it one shot. Yeah. That sort of idea, but even then it didn't really give me enough height. As far as I could tell. That's all well and good. Use the door frame. Seems like it's not letting me stand on the door frame. Oh, because it's too slanted. It's Probably nothing on top of there. Although, once again, conspicuous that they sort of allow you to climb up there. I feel like in a Zelda game, you'd be able to kick that owl down. Something would come of it. Feels like for now, though, that I am done with the library barn. Two words that are unfortunately immune to portmanteaus. Inexplicably, some of their contents do not obey the laws of gravity. Gotta get back up there. Remember that area well enough. That leads back to the empty Bailey. Whoop. Well, I can come and go as I please, at least. Anything significant I might have been missing around here? Yeah, I remember coming from this area. I don't know what the point of these hanging pipes is. You can just jump around them. Yeah, this reeks of being Wall Jump City. There's like bubbles and stuff over there. That looks like a boss door. But so far we've only seen the one boss, so who knows. There's a princess thing. A living dress. Kind of assumed those indicated something of import, because there was one present at our first boss fight. Pretty sure I'd killed that one before, though, and it just respawned. I think this is a room we've been to. It's being seen from a wildly different angle because we can climb so much more easily. Like a goat. Can't get to the theater because he's afraid of bubbles. I'll touch bubbles. They're not that scary. But even then, that was a perfect time to give us a tutorial on how the bubbles work. And they still refuse. Sticking to their guns. I respect it in a way. Aha! That feels utterly unintentional, but I liked it. Not look like there was much of value in there. This leads back where we came from. I feel like that's got to be the theater then. Say you. Are you gonna have to make tea for the princess to solve puzzles? None of those words were in red. So, gotta assume they were not keywords that unlock future story elements. But we've been told that the princess is oppressive and murdering the goat folk and absent and possibly dead. So who knows what's going on. Excellent. Bubbles give you some real distance. And I need it. I've been here. Yep. Remember this well now. Nothing of value down there. Maybe over there? Can try that. Oh, so close. What was that? Okay, if I crouch, I can do a standing backflip. Okay. That might not have been the solution, but still do it from here. Eventually, I'm gonna line this up properly. One of these days. But it just jumped. This seems like a spot I haven't been to before. Yeah, we're climbing. If one were to build a goat society like this, there would probably be a tremendous amount of verticality to it. Goats being notorious climbers. See, I thought the ability to kick would give me some decent horizontality. But in actuality, if you touch anything while you're kicking, you wall kick off. I could clearly do that in fewer wall kicks, but still doing it rather sloppily. That just leads to that middle platform that I've been on before. And the guillotine room. Endless pendulums. Surely I must eventually have the ability to, like, ride pendulums or something? Not yet, though. That's one of those chains I can break to make a shortcut. Means I gotta approach it from above. If nothing else, all my movement upgrades have made mistakes much less costly. I did not position myself at the closest point to the bubble, which is surprisingly important. Okay, nice shortcut. This might be wall kick territory? Not in any reasonable way. Whole bunch of vines that I still can't climb. And another bird. I don't know how this shortcut works. This shortcut just makes me make mistakes. Wow. Can't believe that works, but I'll take it. Seek a very specific angle so that I get the ledge grab. 3 out of 3. Nope. That's an HP upgrade. And overlapping textures that are broken. Take that, one-person indie game. Calling out your graphical errors. Guess this was all to get a heart piece. Fun little area, but no progress whatsoever to it. That means this whole tower was just to get up there for the heart piece. Now, I did say there was a lack of optional stuff to climb. I have found it. It is pretty in-depth. Oh, there's another heart piece. Slash mana upgrade. Don't recall seeing anything vaguely resembling a theater. Here's the crew. She has a plate attack. Hadn't seen that before. I remember this thing dying a lot faster last time. Almost killed me there. Yeah, I think we're about good on Pseudoregalia for now. Lots of upgrades were required. Were acquired. They were also required for things. Difficult to tell just how much progress was made. And as usual, I have absolutely no idea where to go next. But that's part of the territory. This should be one of the earliest areas we ever explored. Indeed it is. There was a key down one of these paths, and I'm going to grab it real quick. And then we'll find where keys go when I return to Pseudoregalia. I'm clearly rather hooked on goat jumping. One more key. I want to say there was a save point down one of these hallways. I think this leads to the keep or something like that. I definitely can't get up to any of those high shelves. One of which has another piece of heart. Circle V. Which is also one of our HP points, I just noticed. So close. What's the empty Bailey? Not the exact area that I thought we were going to. There we go, though. Save point. Seems like there's a surprising amount more Pseudoregalia out there. Behind this giant door. We'll see what else there is to see. At a later time. Major keys. Haven't seen a single one of those, but there's 5 of them. Our percentage completion must be very, very low at this point.